Good morning, St Ignatius College, and welcome once more to the Sports Report. We're here at the Badminton Trainings Day, and as always, I'm Stefan.
And I'm Tom. Over the past couple of weeks, sport has got well into the swing of things, although we've had some cancellations with hot weather.
Sports like volleyball, cricket, tennis, water polo, badminton, they've all been back and recording some pretty impressive results.
First 11 cricket team got up by 10 runs against the Manual this weekend, while drive tennis went down in a hard-fought loss in the heat.
Some of the volleyball teams, including my team, the C6s, also played some strong games and recorded impressive results. And this takes us to the free vote. Who is it this week, Bales?
This week, it's the winners of the Open 3K. That's Brayden Cross and Chanel Caruso. Congratulations go out to both those athletes.
Yes, massive congratulations must go to those two. Anyway, that's all we have time for this week.
As always, I'm Tom.
And I'm Stefan. See you later, St Ignatius.
Hello, and welcome back to Democracy, where there is still work to be done. Now, I've come to the land of mystery, the unknown, the void, or as it's called, the undercroft, to answer a common question, but it has not been answered or investigated much by most people until now. If you look around here, I've noticed these very strange formations, almost like crop circles made by UFOs, but from another source. It seems that these congregations of spheres were made by females, who appear to be basking in the sun to try to get some energy from it. Now, however, I do not know what goes down in these said mysterious groupings or gatherings, but from what I can tell, these groups are led, these little flocks here are led by a matriarch, which is the easiest to identify because she is the loudest in talking. Now, what is also important to note is if you look over there, you can see how they're located in close proximity to the local pods of the males, who are still fighting for dominance to this day. Now, possibly, this is an ideal position. Not only are they getting the nutrients that they need from the sun, but they're also in prying down for a possible mate. However, unfortunately, they've come down to the juveniles. They fear the cooties. Let's just put it like that. They're not ideal. However, now some of you might be going, Tim, just go up and ask to them what these girls talk about. Here's what happens. Girls! And as you can see, they run away. We may never know what goes on in these discussions. It could be politics, it could be talking about things that I do not even know about. Whatever it is. And on that, this is Democracy signing out.
I heard you're into magic.
Yeah, that's right. I've been doing it for a few years, but just recently got back into it. A few years ago when I got a magic book and I just really enjoyed the content of it, so I tried to learn some card tricks. So we've got a completely normal deck of bicycle cards here. Just give them a bit of a shuffle. Now I'm going to get you to pick two cards, but the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to ask you to tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Alright, so you could have stopped me at any point in the deck. There's no deck order or anything like that. So now I'm going to get you to tell me when to stop again and when to put your cards back in the deck. So tell me when to stop.
Stop.
One in. And tell me when to stop again.
Stop.
There. Now, put your cards back in the deck. I'm going to take out your card and the card on top of your card. Now, every card in the deck has a soulmate. The soulmate of the four of clubs is the four of spades, and the soulmate of the two of diamonds is the two of hearts. But you also managed to find the red cards in the deck out of the deck of completely blue cards.
Wow, that was truly mind-blowing.
Thank you.
This has been Corey the Magician, and remember, if you have a talent that you want to show off, come to BE312 at lunchtime, whenever.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Maddie O'Brien, Captain of Social Justice.
And I'm Anastasia Napoli, a member of Social Justice.
Today we will be speaking with you about Caritas's annual fundraising and awareness-raising appeal, which brings thousands of Australians together in solidarity with the world's poor to help end poverty, promote justice and uphold dignity.
It is important to remember that every dollar you raise will help the world's most vulnerable people to establish sustainable food sources for life. The theme for Project Compassion this year is Food for Life. Some of you may have recently noticed the thermometers placed in Rebecca's campus ministry office window. There are 6 thermometers, each representing your year level. The Social Justice team is holding a competition between all years, competing against each other to raise the most amount of money for Project Compassion.
Each fortnight, a member from the Social Justice team will collect the money you raise and add it to the rising price of the thermometer. As a result of your year level winning the competition, you will all receive a specialised prize.
We wish you every success in raising funds and awareness within the college. Have fun and good luck.
Hi, this is Kat's Corner. As always, I'm Kat, and I'm here with none other than Dr. Checo.
Hi, Kat.
Hi. Now, most of you who probably don't have the pleasure of being taught science by Dr. Checo, because she's new this year. Now, I don't really know much about chemicals and science, so I've kind of borrowed some stuff, and I'm just going to be playing with it. Oh my god, that is so cool.
We probably should have maybe checked the material safety data sheets before you did that, but that's okay.
No, not the point. Don't worry guys, I actually know what I'm doing. I really don't. Are students allowed to go to you when they're sick because you're a doctor? Okay.
As far as my doctor title goes, that's actually related to something called a Doctor of Philosophy, so it's where you do research for about 3.5 years, find something new that has never been found before, and then you get to call yourself a doctor as a result of that. So in a way, it's a little bit more pretentious than a medical doctor.
Fair enough.
I should give a shout out to my 9-3 class. Can I do that now?
Yeah, go for it.
Yep. Hopefully they're all listening and not being rebellious in the back corner.
Yeah, we can see you. Well, that's all we have time for. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I am so curious to what that bottle does. So can I
Kat, so am I.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, let's just see. Ooh. I am.
I'm not sure if that's
Mr. Lodge. Mr. Lodge, the unsung hero of the laboratory, could perhaps come over at this
we
point.
might actually have to just
evacuate the building.
Hi, I'm Cynthia and you're watching Gustafson's Gossip. With Lent upon us, I thought it'd be a good idea to ask people what the one thing they couldn't live without would be. Okay, Jack, what's one thing you can't live without?
I'm currently tossing up between family, friends and love.
I can't live without my family.
Probably just Facebook.
So my wife and my 2 lovely kids, Madison and Connor.
Oh, Facebook. Would you give that up for Lent? No.
If there's one thing I cannot live without, it's communism.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next week.